On this section, we are going to talk about how we can style our CSS links. So, just as you have knowledge in HTML, a link is basically an anchor tag that has an href attribute. So let us open our VS Code and then create a folder here, links. That is the folder, and within the folder we create a file, links.html. Let's begin with our emmet just as we always do. And then, so a link is indicated by VA with the ref or H reference or hyperlink reference, link 1. And then let's get another link, href, and then link 2. Let us inspect this. Good. So link 1 and link 2 are working very fine. Let's dock our page to our right now. And then close the file tree. So the first thing you should take note of is that a link here, you can see that the link automatically is underlined, and then it is blue in color. And take note of the mouse. You see this is an arrow here, but as soon as you hover over the link, it turns into a pointer. So that is one other thing you should take note of. And let us click on this link right now and see what is going to happen. You see, as soon as we click and we press and hold the link, it becomes red. And that is an attribute that we can fish out or target. Okay, so when you press and hold the link, something happens. And then when you tap through, you see this is not changing, but we can also catch that feature. So let us create this as, let's say, page 2, or let's make it page 1 and then page 2. So these are two different links, and then let us create an HTML. So page 1.html, and then here we tell you welcome to page 1. That's exactly. So it means that when you click on this link, it takes you to page 1. That is not working. Let us see. Okay, we're supposed to add, we are making it an absolute link. So let's go back again and then try it. It's still not working. Wow, that's very great. Page 1. Okay, I thought I was doing something Python. So page 1.html. I was thinking I was coding in Python. So let us try this now. Wow. Page 1.html. Okay, so it's working now. So this is our page 1.html. Let us go back. You see that as soon as we visit the link, this link 1 has a different color. So this looks somehow violet or purple compared to a link that has not been visited, which is link 2. So I wanted you to see how a visited link is different from a link that has not been visited. So the first thing we are going to change. So let's come up here and then indicate our style. So we want to change the text decoration to a.text decoration none. And this is going to remove the underlying feature from our link. So right now our links are not underlined. Now let us style our visited links. And how do we do that? we can see that as soon as we hover over it, something happens. So let us get this. A, then hover, and this is what we call a pseudo class. A pseudo class is actually a class of an element that changes. So the anchor element has changing classes. It could be hovered, it could be visited, it could be unvisited or whatsoever, or even on focus. So these are what we call pseudo classes, classes of elements that are changing. So this class was given automatically by HTML. Okay, it wasn't assigned by the user, but it is HTML that tracks the class. That is why it's called a pseudo class. So on hover, let's see what is going to happen. So on hover, let's rather go for background color. So on hover, the background color becomes, let's say, red. So we have described that class. You can see that when the link is there, nothing happens. But as soon as we hover over it, we get a text background color of red. So that is it. And now let's look at another. Anchor visited. If the link is visited, let's change the color to green so that it becomes so visible. So the text color will be green when it is visited. So you can see that as soon as we changed it, it changed as well. Let me increase the size so that you can see it well, and also increase the size of our VS Code as well. Good. So I think reducing it, yeah. So this is very okay. So you can see that it's looking very green here. And then what else can we do to link? We can also bring here A and then focus. And when it is focused, let's say it should have a color of black. Black wouldn't be that great, but let's go with background color of black. So you can see that this is what is happening. This is issuing what will happen if it is focused, or this is when it is hovered. But with the focus, that captures the keyboard events. So if somebody is using the tab key and focuses on the link, that is when the focus pseudo class is called. So on the tab key, you can see that the background color becomes black. When we tap, the background color of the next one also becomes black as well. So these are pseudo classes. We can also look at this. Just as we know that we can change the mouse from being a pointer into a cursor, or vice versa. So let's try that. So on hover, we can indicate or issue more properties like cursor. So cursor, this is a pointer. So on hover, it changes into a pointer. We can also look at, I think there's one that is not allowed. Let's see. Let's just copy. Let's see how the copy looks like. So you can see that there's an addition that has been added. Let us try another. I want not allowed. Good. So if we go with not allowed, you can see that as soon as we hover, the not allowed icon shows. So this is how we can change the cursor type when we hover over the element. There is also one pseudo class I want us to consider, which is active. So A active. If it is active, then the color should be yellow. Let's go with that. So you see it's not happening. Why? Because the active is actually when we press and hold. Okay, so as soon as the link is active, that is when. So when we press and hold, that is when the active pseudo class is called. So let us look at this last thing and then draw the curtains down on styling CSS links. We would style a whole navbar containing links later in the course. So let us wrap up now using this last concept. Now, if you hover over the element and you would want to change the color, so let's say this is an element that has a background color of, let's say we want something. This isn't so great. Let me go for something violet. Let me see violet. Okay, so let's go for something violet. So, and with this, we usually use the HSL. Okay, since you're a beginner, you may want to use color values or even RGB and stuff. But what we normally do here is that you describe the fundamental background color, and then when it's hovered, all that you do is you get the same color. You get the same color, but rather decrease the shade. So this is 300. You can now go to, let's say, 250, so that the color is a little bit different, or it's of a different variant. I think 250 is so different from the 300, so we can even go for 290, so that you can see just a little bit of change, but it is in that same color range. So we can even go for 280 rather. Yeah, so this is too different, so maybe we go for 285. But I think you get the concept. So this helps you choose a hover color easily. So you go for the same color within the same palette, but rather decrease the intensity a little. There are sometimes you may just decrease the lightness, so you maintain the other color values. So you go for 300 here, and then this could be 70 or even 66, so that we decrease it by 10. You see, there's no difference. You don't really see a difference. So let's rather go with a decrease in the L value. So you can see that as soon as we decrease the lightness, there's a big difference that has been seen. So this is a very nice way you can select your background colors when you hover over the element.